so much. Here's your yearly story on why I do not like the holidays. So I remember I was like in elementary school, and it was one of the last days of school before the holidays started. So my oldest brother that day decided to pick us up from school, and we lived directly across the street from my elementary school. So as we're like standing there waiting for my brother, me and my twin brother are waiting for my oldest brother, we like see from across the street some man was at our house, and we was like, who the heck? So me and my twin brother are trying to figure out like who is at our house right now. We're like, is it like our oldest brother? But no, our oldest brother, we see him like walking up, and he's like, hey guys, what's up? You guys ready to go? And we're like, dude, look across the street. Who is that? And my oldest brother looks, and he's like, I don't know who that is, and he just came from the house. So he was like, I have absolutely no idea who that is. So we're trying to figure out our little theories as we're walking home, and as we're getting closer and closer and closer, this man is not looking any more familiar than he did like a block away. So we're walking up, and we're like walking up with a lot of precaution, and my oldest brother is in front of us, and me and my other brother are just like behind him, kind of scared. And so we're walking up, and all of a sudden my mom is pulling up in the driveway. She just got back from like Walmart or something, and she gets out the car, and she's like looking at this person. She's like, oh, Darryle! Oh my god, uncle, oh my god. And he comes up, and he's like using the water hose. He's like washing his hair, and then he sees my mom. He's like, oh, Niecy, hey, Niecy, da, 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 da. And me and my brothers are like, what is happening? And my mom's like, you guys, this is your Uncle Darryle. He came to like visit for the holidays. And we're like, yes, we've heard so much about you. We're excited. So we get to playing with Uncle Darryle. We're playing with him. I'm real little, so like we're playing tag, just like throwing the ball around. I don't know. We're just doing stuff. He takes my oldest brother to like the gas station, gets snacks. We're having a good time with Uncle Darryle until the sun starts to set. Y'all, I don't know what activated this in this man. I have no idea why the sun setting activated this. So as the sun's starting to set, it's like dusk, and I remember me and my twin brother like giggling and laughing, and we just got back inside the house. And as we're walking inside the house, my Uncle Darryl's just like standing there, and he's like just rambling and talking to himself, pacing back and forth, and we're like looking at him and like giggling and laughing. He's just like, oh, it's just Uncle Darryle being funny. And he comes up, he sees me and my brother, and he like crunches down, and he's like giving us a hug. And as he's giving us a hug, he's like trying to go through our pockets, and we're like giggling and laughing because we're like, what are you doing? Why are you going through our pockets? And he like looks at us so serious, and is like, I'm looking for something. And we're like, oh, can we help? Because we're just, whatever, kids. And he's like, yeah, help me find the gun. And the record scratched. He was like, gun? What are you talking about? And we just got back inside the house from like playing, and we had like water guns and stuff like that. So we're like thinking he's talking about like the water guns. So we're like, we left those outside. You don't remember you came in the house, we left those outside. And he's like, no, I'm looking for the gun. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So he's starting to get a little scary now. So he goes into my oldest brother's room, and he starts rummaging through his stuff. He's like just looking for something. And we're like, what is going on? We're very confused. So my oldest brother finally comes in the house, and he sees this happening, and so my oldest brother comes back into the house and sees that my uncle is rummaging through his stuff. He's like, yo, man, like, can I help you? And my uncle says it again, I'm looking for a gun. And my oldest brother's like, whoa, I'm gonna go get my mom, because I don't know what you're talking about. So my oldest brother gets my mom, and my mom like is talking to him, and I don't know, as the sun is progressing to set, he's getting more and more irate. So my mom eventually talks to him, and she gets him out of my oldest brother's room. And y'all, he's just getting a little crazier and crazier. He's talking to himself. He's walking back and forth, and it's getting to the point where my mom is like, get in the room and lock the door. So we get into my oldest brother's room, and we lock the door. So my uncle's starting to throw stuff. He's starting to throw stuff, plates and all kinds of stuff. He's breaking stuff. So my mom, yeah, she joins us in the room, okay? So she joins us in the room, and she tells us, she's like, all right, we're gonna have to get out of the room and call the police. So my mom took the screen out of my brother's window, and we climbed out of the window to get into the front yard. So as we're like doing this, why is my uncle in the backyard sitting on the brick wall watching us do this? So So yeah, we climb out of the window. He watches us do that whole thing, and he doesn't do anything. He's just sitting on the wall. And me and my brothers go into the front yard, and my mom climbs out the window, and she sees him there, and she's like, oh, okay, let me try and talk to him again. So she's talking to him, and he is just. Y'all, to this day, my mom has still not told me what he said to her while he was sitting on that wall, but it was, yeah, we had to call the police. So my mom comes out in the front, and she calls the police, and as she calls the police, she's like, yeah, this is my uncle, and beknownst to me, she tells the police he just got out of, prison. Not prison, jail, I'm sorry, there's a difference. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, and she was like, yeah, I was asking him if he had taken his medicine, and he hasn't told me, and he's acting a little, deranged. So, yeah, police come, and he has a standoff with the police for, like, almost 3 hours. Almost 3 freaking hours. He has a standoff with the police. And they eventually, they get him. Barricaded himself in the house. They got him though. And as they're putting the cuffs on him and they're taking him out and to the cruiser, he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry guys. Man, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Did I scare the kids? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yeah, your uncle just need a break." So he's like, "I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to scare the kids." He just keeps apologizing as he's getting into the cruiser. My mom's like, "It's all right." So yeah, that's what she told me. He came straight out of jail to our house. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. I got YouTube. Crochet tutorials on my YouTube. Every link is in my bio.